The National Weather Service confirming at least 3 tornadoes struck parts of Pennsylvania. The twisters hitting Warren, Union, and Columbia counties Sunday night. The storm causing major damage with strong winds and torrential rains washing out roads, knocking down trees, and kicking out power to many. We saw some significant damage in our area as well. We'll take you to that in just a few minutes. But first, Steve, we're still expecting a little bit of strong winds today after yesterday with some gusty conditions.
Yeah, the good news is the wind advisory, Michael, has been allowed to expire. So still windy, especially as we start today. I got to tell you, the one tornado that really caught my eye was the one up in Warren County. This one caught a 16-mile path and had sustained winds of about 130 miles per hour. So officially an EF2, and some pictures there from the National Weather Service of some damage from the tornadoes in that area. So nasty weather, obviously, that came through overnight Sunday into Monday. We had the real strong winds yesterday. Now, yesterday, we were seeing gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. The difference today, wind gusts around 20 miles per hour. So that's still a windy day, but just not the damaging winds that we had yesterday. And the winds will ease as we get toward the evening hours tonight, and a little warmer today. Look for highs getting into the low 60s, so okay for outdoor plans after work and school. Straight evening shower tomorrow, mid 60s, and then nice warm up again on Thursday with some clouds, but we'll get that high all the way up to around 70 degrees. Well, of course, some people in Dauphin County cleaning up after that big mess following Sunday night's storm.
In Millersburg, the storm tearing off a portion of a roof and a church and a warehouse. Today, state and local officials planning to survey some of that damage. CBS 21's Joe Ducey live in Millersburg with more on the damage. Joe?
Yeah, Mike, good morning. We're back down here at the Hebron United Methodist Church, where a portion of its roof is torn off. Piles of debris lay around the building. It's one of several places officials will tour today to get a closer look at some of the storm damage. Another place officials will visit is the Ark Safety Building. It's just a few blocks away from the church. Take a look at this. It's surveillance video that shows the roof of that building being ripped off Sunday night. A sign of just how strong these storms were. Neighbors say the howling winds sounded like a train coming through the area.
It just shook everything. It sounded like almost a freight train coming down the street. It was terrible.
County officials say they took about 30 storm-related calls on Sunday, mostly for downed trees, but again, state and local officials will be out today assessing the damage here in Millersburg, seeing what they could do to help the community get back on their feet. For now, reporting live in Millersburg, Joe Ducey, CBS 21 News.
Massive destruction. Paris officials have just confirmed the fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral is fully extinguished. Authorities treating the blaze as an accident. The French media reporting the Paris Fire Brigade believes it was potentially linked to ongoing renovations. CBS News correspondent Terry Okita is in London with the latest.
The cross inside the Cathedral of Notre Dame is still standing, even after a fire ripped through the centuries-old building. But its iconic spire eventually fell victim to the flames.
The spire started bending and crawling, and we could not just believe what we were seeing. And then the flames went on and on and on.
Most of the roof is destroyed, but officials say the cathedral's outer walls and 2 bell towers were salvaged. 400 firefighters battled to save the building. They were still spraying water this morning.
Notre Dame is not just a building, it's the beating heart of Paris, and seeing it like an open heart on the medical table, it's heartbreaking.
The mayor of Paris posted to Twitter that the crown of thorns and other major artifacts were saved. It's believed the crown was worn by Christ before the crucifixion. Last night, Parisians and tourists gathered in the surrounding streets to pray and sing hymns.
Notre Dame de Paris.
French President Emmanuel Macron promised to rebuild Notre Dame.
If they're lucky, they will have laser scanned the building, which means they can make a virtual model that is very accurate. But of course, it would be a copy. It would not be the same thing.
The church, built in the 12th century, was undergoing renovations to shore up its crumbling structure. Terry Okita, CBS News, London.
Locally here, authorities are investigating the cause of a house fire in York County. The 2-alarm blaze broke out in the 200 block of Walnut Street in Wrightsville around 12:30 yesterday afternoon. There's no word on how much damage the fire caused. Fortunately, no injuries were reported. Well, today, community members in York County will protest North Codorus Township's decision to leave the Southwestern Regional Police Department. The township currently pays the department more than $1 million a year for police coverage. Supervisors want to end the deal, saying they could get a much better coverage deal from another department for less money. But some are worried this will jeopardize public safety. They plan to hold a rally tonight at 6:30 from the North Codorus Township building. Also tonight, Camp Hill Borough officials will discuss controversial plans to build a Chick-fil-A. The fast food chain is looking to open up a site on the corner of 32nd and Chestnut Streets, but some are opposed, saying it will cause traffic hazards in the area. Officials will discuss the proposal tonight at 6 o'clock at Borough Hall. Also tonight, the Central Dauphin School District is hosting a town hall on the district's finances. Officials are looking for public input on the district's budget and what programs should and should not be cut. Board members will be available to answer any questions. Tonight's meeting is set to begin at 7 o'clock at Swatera Middle School inside the auditorium. And a new group in York County is looking to open up an inclusive environment for kids in the LGBTQ community. Today, the Q-Munity group will meet for the second time. It's a partnership between True North Wellness and the YWCA of Hanover. It's meant to give teens a safe space to discuss their sexuality. Research shows kids in this community are 4 times more likely to commit suicide.
That there are people who care, that there are people, adults specifically, who will accept them and who will love them and who will welcome them and who they don't have to feel like they have to hide or change who they are around.
The meetings are for kids ages 14 to 21. They run every first and third Tuesday at the YWCA of Hanover. Well, investigators in Texas are asking for the public's help as they try to figure out who murdered 2 women whose bodies were found decades ago. The new developments in the so-called Killing Fields cases. Plus, the grand jury is looking for ways to reduce the state's Medicaid fraud. The recommendations from jurors. Steve?
Well, it's a blustery start to the day, but it's dry. I will, however, let you know when our next chance for a good old-fashioned soaking rain is coming our way with my first morning forecast.